Welcome into the very first Decisive Moments alongside Cardinals insider Darren Urban. I'm Dani Sureck. We're going to talk about the biggest pivotal moments from Sunday's 31-17 victory over the 49ers. Darren, it wasn't easy picking the plays that we're going to talk about. Once again, this Cardinals team fighting through adversity. They were without what ended up being 5 offensive starters, quarterback Kyler Murray, wide receivers DeAndre Hopkins and A.J. Green, and then early on in the game, guard Justin Pugh and running back Chase Edmonds left with injuries. However, this team found a way not just to win, another dominating performance.
It really is amazing, Dani, because this is a team that you keep waiting for that other shoe to drop when they're losing these kinds of players or having this kind of adversity. They were missing some more coaches this weekend, and yet they find ways to win games, and not only win games, but Sunday against the 49ers, even with all those guys out, especially Kyler Murray, they basically won the same way they've been winning all their other games, which kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, obviously Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray, and you're never going to replace him, but the idea that Cliff Kingsbury could put in a game plan and have it executed with Colt McCoy and who he had on the field and have it produce 30 points and over 400 yards of offense is amazing to me.
Okay, let's talk about our first decisive moment. We'll get to offense, but we're going to start with defense. It's the first quarter, first play on San Francisco's second drive from their own 32. Defense gets their first big play of the game, and it starts with cornerback Byron Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you got a little worried. George Kittle was back in the lineup for the 49ers. You knew he was going to be a problem, and he was a problem for much of the day. He had 100 yards, over 100 yards receiving, and they had some tough times with him. But here was a play where they give up the slant play. Isaiah Simmons is trailing, can't quite get there, but Byron Murphy does not give up on the play. And again, this is that whole CPR thing that they've been talking about. Club the ball, punch the ball, rip the ball. And then there we had a Byron Murphy punch, got the fumble out, and they get the turnover, which probably ended a probable scoring drive. I believe they were close to being in field goal range at least already. And to get that turnover, I think just set the tone for the game.
It led to a 7-point scoring drive. That was the first of 2 fumble recoveries for Jordan Hicks. Great defensive performance by a lot of players. A lot of them had some milestones. Jordan Hicks, that was his first game with 2 fumble recoveries. Outside linebacker Marcus Golden, 3 sacks. Phenomenal performance. First game with 3 sacks. That's his 3rd multi-sack game of the season. And outside linebacker Chandler Jones, who is now first on the franchise's sack leaderboard. He surpassed the late Freddie Joe Nunn. Great performance defensively. Let's move on to our second decisive moment, going to the offense. Third quarter now, Cardinals up 17-7 from San Francisco's 45. The man who was all over the field could not be stopped, running back James Conner.
James Conner on the screen pass ends up going 45 yards for a touchdown. But I think for me, as you can see Rodney Hudson there out in front, taking out 2 players himself. I think this play, if you had to pick one play, Dani, this would be the play for me that really kind of emphasized what they did in this game. First of all, James Conner was amazing on Sunday, both running and receiving. But on this play, he really showed the things that maybe you didn't expect. When you get down to the 1 or 2 yard line or it's 4th and 1, you expect him to get that hard yardage, to get the touchdown, to get the first down. Here, he showed his speed, he showed his agility, he showed his catching skills, which normally you would put towards Chase Edmonds. But there he made the nice catch, he put on the afterburners, made a nice cut to get to the touchdown. You saw the physicality we already mentioned with Rodney Hudson getting down the field. You saw the calm and cool collectness of Colt McCoy when he faded there and waited for that pass rush to get right on top of him, knowing he's going to get hit and delivering the ball at the perfect time. And then at the end of all this, Dani, to have Chase Edmonds, an injured Chase Edmonds and an injured Kyler Murray waiting down there in the back of the end zone, coming all the way down, because the Cardinals sideline is the far side over there. They had to come all the way down and over to congratulate James Conner, both the running back and the quarterback. I think that says a lot for how much chemistry this team has right now.
James Conner now leads the league with touchdowns with 11. Okay, third decisive moment. We're going to keep it in the running backs family. Eno Benjamin, we're in the third quarter. Cardinals moving the chains on this drive. 2020 7th round draft pick. He comes up big here. Pretty big touchdown for him. He's going to remember it for a long time.
Absolutely. I mean, this was a big touchdown not only for him, but for the team. I mean, that basically put the game out of reach, getting to the 31-7 score at that point. And Eno Benjamin, look, he's a guy who essentially redshirted last year. I know he was frustrated, couldn't get on the field. Cliff Kingsbury said after the game there were times where he didn't think Eno was going to make it on this team. And I think that says a lot for his growth and where he is. And if Chase Edmonds is down now, and it sounds like he might be for a while with the ankle injury, Eno Benjamin's going to become very important to this team. And for him to come off, to truck ex-Cardinal Dre Kirkpatrick on that play and show his speed and his power, I think that's going to mean a lot for this team going forward.
That's going to mean a lot for Eno Benjamin. First career touchdown. Cardinals get the 31-17 victory over the divisional opponent, San Francisco 49ers. Arizona is now 8-1, 5-0 on the road. That's going to do it for our decisive moments. Be sure to stay up to date on all Darren Urban's articles on azcardinals.com. For Darren Urban, I'm Dani Sureck. We'll see y'all next time.